playing Miami, Florida this year. The Miami Bowl.
And we are live. Welcome to another episode of the 111 Show. I'm your host today, Chaz. Here with the gang, my boy CeeLo, and the one and only Michael C. Jordan. What's good, fellas?
What's the word, man? What's going on, man? Emergency pod alert.
You know what's going on. Emergency pod. You said it, bro.
Emergency pod alert.
Realignment is going nuts.
Crazy, bro. We could not talk about it. That's crazy. We couldn't do that.
We couldn't let another day go by, so I think we got to tackle this now before it gets out of hand.
Absolutely.
And capitalize on what's going on right now. CeeLo,
Yeah.
anything to add before we get going?
No. Let's jump into it.
No.
Just jump into it.
Jump into it? All right. So
Jump into it.
everybody heard the big news about the Pac-12 basically folding. But where I want to start is Florida State. So Florida State, that kind of got washed under all this news of Oregon and Washington and the Arizonas and Utah, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think this Florida State news is pretty interesting. So on Wednesday, Florida State's Board of Trustees had a meeting with the ACC to complain about the TV deal right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what they said. So the Board of Trustees came into the deal, bro. They came into the meeting and they said, hey, we're $35 to $40 million behind the SEC and the Big Ten annually. And that gap is just going to keep getting bigger because if you look at the TV deals, the Big Ten is up in 2030.
Mm-hmm.
The SEC is up in 2032. And the ACC already $40 million behind a year. They deal is extended all the way to 2036. So Florida State being, one of the premier teams in that division, that conference, is like, hey, if y'all don't fix this, we don't have no opportunity but to leave, bro. One of the trustees said it like this. He said, the cost of playing at the highest level is outpacing the ACC's ability to compete. So basically what he was trying to tell them is, hey, you see everybody getting all these new facilities, NIL deals, all this stuff. The ACC is not going to be able to compete with the Big Ten and SEC. They're about to get left behind.
Mm-hmm.
So Florida State said if something drastic does not change, it will not be a matter of if we leave. It'll be a matter of when and how we leave.
Yeah.
Talk to me, Mike.
The how is crazy.
The how is nuts.
The how is crazy, but no, it's one of those things too where I did a little bit of digging. If Florida State were to leave, the only option to go will be the Big Ten. And the reason the reason that their only option is to go to the Big Ten is the ACC's media deals through ESPN, right?
Yep, ESPN.
The SEC's media deal is through ESPN. Again, ESPN isn't going to compete against themselves when it comes to TV deals and media rights.
Right.
Now, Big Ten, who is their deal through? CBS, Fox,
NBC.
Exactly. All the other heads.
All the other big dogs.
If I'm Florida State, I'm not going to the ESPN because they're not going to give me bread because they already ain't giving me bread. I'm going to go to a conference where I can play on Fox. I'm going to play on NBC. I'm going to play on that because they're giving out more money. As to why those other schools are going over to the Big Ten and not the SEC.
Facts.
So if I'm Florida State, I'm taking my ass to the Big Ten. It can't hurt. They already done picked up Oregon and already picked up USC, UCLA, and things like that. The only other option you can do is to go independent.
Yes.
And at that point, if you go independent, like if you go,
that should be the only answer. That should be the only answer.
If you go independent, you got a brand. You Florida State. If you go independent, you got to be a consistent winner year in and year out. Ain't no guarantee that they're gonna be that.
They don't guarantee that.
You saying
they can? It don't have to be a guarantee, but they can do that. Notre Dame isn't a consistent winner as of the last 6 years.
But they
are
playoffs.
They are.
Bro, they made the playoffs.
Last 3 years, I said last 6 years.
Just
so
last
half
year.
of that 6, they have not been a consistent winner.
When was the last time Florida State made the playoffs? When was the last time Florida State made? was a top 10 team.
Literally 2015, and then DeAndre Francois towards ACL the first game of the season and tanked their year, and they ain't been good since.
End up catching the case, and he was gone.
Ain't been good since.
Bro. It's because they had that
Florida's
one quarterback plan,
bro. They would do well going independent. I believe it. They got the whole Seminole country behind them. They got bread to sit on. Like
you're right, they do.
That school probably make more. They potentially make more than Florida being in the SEC. Florida is really Gator country. If we're being real,
right,
it's 2/3 Gator country, and then that 1/3 is Seminoles. Nobody really care about the Miami Hurricanes out there.
So what is an independent Florida State football schedule look like in y'all opinion? Because it can go one of two ways. They can mix in with the SEC and try to get the SEC to play a non-conference game against a Florida State team, which we know how the SEC coming. Georgia and Bama are playing Mercer and the School of the Deaf and Blind for week 1 and 2, so they can rack up wins. Why would they want to add Florida State? So is Florida State just going to play an ACC schedule again and play the same teams they've been playing right now?
I think, bro. If they go independent, yeah, I was gonna say if they go independent, I can see them, either popping off their schedule with one of the lower tier Big Ten teams. Hey, show our muscle because them Florida dudes lighting the ass. Just saying, right? They fast, but they lighting the ass. Hey, you know what I'm saying? They can go out to Texas. They can keep their in-state rivalry. They can even get that earlier in the season. Get that knocked out. You know what I'm saying? That in-state rivalry. They can go out to Texas, bang with some of them schools like a Baylor, they can go out to Oklahoma, bang with an Oak State, something like that. You know what I'm saying? I could see that being an independent. I could see that being exciting because we don't see those matchups often with Florida State. You see Florida State popping up season with Jacksonville State.
Yeah.
Garbage. And I'm going to say they lost to them, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, Florida State.
The thing is, though, because you in a hard conference. Right. So, obviously, you're going to pop up with the easy win because your conference play going to pull you through. If I'm a team like Florida State and I got
a hard conference.
Where it's hard enough when you got
it's a lot of parity. It's a lot of parity in the ACC.
And you got Clemson going to be already at the top. You got Drake, Maine, UNC. Wake Forest had Sam Hartman a couple years ago. He's going to be a top 10 pick in the draft this upcoming year if you've had a dog year.
Winning 8-9 games a year.
Again, bro,
anybody
can be tapped in it. Anybody can be tapped out there. And Florida State has not shown that they the big dogs in the conference yet. And because they're not showing that they the big dogs in the conference yet, verdict is yet to be. Ever since Jimbo left, they ain't been the same.
This is the problem. This is the problem with it.
I'm not trying to hear that UNC talk.
This is the issue: is the fact that the ACC does not garner the attention that the SEC matchups do and the Big Ten matchups do, and even that Notre Dame does. Notre Dame, Boston College, right? Last year, a 40-point blowout for Notre Dame. That would have been the highest rated ACC game last year within the conference, TV-wise, views. Florida State talking big, talking greasy, but they're not winning enough to bring in eyes, bro, at the end of the day. So it's even if they do try to go independent, that contract ain't going to be as far as they think. So,
it's not going to be far as hell because, again, if they not – again, Notre Dame has been independent, right? But if you look at it, all their games are rivalry games. They playing USC every year. They play Michigan. They playing Stanford. They playing No State this year. Yeah. All their games are rivalry. They play the same schedule damn near every year, but besides them playing a low tier team here and there, they playing dog ass teams year in and year out. That's why their schedule prepares them into the playoff each year because they don't have a conference.
They ain't played Michigan since 2019.
Yeah, they've been running for Michigan. They've been running for Michigan.
I'm sorry, they've been running for Michigan, but at the end of the day,
State.
Yeah, they have. They ain't came back. But again, I'm saying
2017 Michigan State.
Their schedule prepares them into the playoff each year. Florida State,
no, it don't.
Again, Florida State, bro, they're not as deep of a powerhouse yet as we want them to be for them to be able to take that leap and say, we can play anybody in the country.
Yeah.
And ball on anybody. Again, I would love to see Florida State play LSU consistently.
Yeah.
And be like, this was going on. But they're not doing that.
I mean, they're doing it right now, but it's like this is the second year of it. We'll see how
they got a good quarterback. But again, you heard about them. Miami looking real good down there.
Are they though?
They got Mario Cristobal finna turn that program around.
Okay.
Miami looking real good. What can
So-
Florida State do?
So this is a good segue. Talking about Miami.
What up, dog?
So what up, though, JB? So with Florida State talking about, hey, we'll dip if we got to. The ACC has held strong through this recent wave of realignment. Do you think Florida State leaving would start a trickle down effect,
Yes.
or would that just be a one off?
I think it'll start a trickle down effect.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I don't
And then
think
they're
so.
just gonna
I
add
think-
into it.
I don't think so either, bro.
I don't think
Honestly,
so.
I think so.
I think the ACC is already if Florida State were to leave, that's an open invite for a team like Maryland to come back to the ACC.
They're not leaving.
No,
They're not leaving, but I'm
you're
saying
not
that's
leaving
open.
$30 million a year on the table.
Yeah, absolutely not, bro.
Okay, maybe a team not Maryland. If you're trying to compete, I'll leave. If you're trying to compete, I'll leave. But you're right, they're not leaving no bread on the table.
Off
But-
the money, yeah.
ACC probably gonna be more prone to look into a team like UConn.
Hell
Basketball.
no. UConn is
What?
fucking trash, man.
In what
Hey,
sport?
It's
In
number
what
one
sport?
bas-
Damn near
number one-
every sport except
number one
basketball.
number one
That's
Every
it.
basketball.
sport
They
except
just won a
basketball.
title. They just won a title.
Yeah.
Every
Again,
sport
Let's
except
not
basketball.
talk about football.
Listen
Let's
to
talk
what I'm
about-
saying.
let's
Every
talk
sport
past-
except
let's talk
basketball
past
not gonna
football.
hold a school down. The only school that can do that shit is UNC, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's why I
And they
want
got
to
a
hear all this
decent football
recent,
team,
recent
too.
UNC talk.
Again, you
Because
put-
that football program has been absolutely terrible.
They have been
This
terrible.
shit is recent, bro. This shit is
Yeah.
only recent because of Drake May.
Thank you, Matthew. It's a basketball conference.
That's not true, bro. Sam Howell was winning 8-9 games over there too. It ain't just Drake, man.
Bro. All right.
Sam Howell, no,
That's
don't
recent
do that.
though. That's right after
Okay,
Drake.
it is.
That's right before Drake May. What are you
It is.
saying? That's recent.
It is,
Look,
but I'm saying they've been
man,
trying to build
Sam Howell
something.
just had
At
his
the end of the
rookie
day-
year.
at
Like
the end of
nigga,
the
that
day,
is
bro,
recent.
UConn is independent. UConn is independent currently, right now. They independent. And if Florida State were to leave, I would not be surprised if the ACC say we just got a national champion trying to come to our conference. They'll tell them no. Who doing that?
They're not.
If they trash at football, they trash at football.
They don't
Who
care.
else in their
Yeah.
conference who trash at football? Who?
Duke. That's about it.
Duke. Come on. Duke is a
That's
basketball school. Ain't nobody checking
Boston
for Duke.
College struggling right now.
Come on,
Boston
ain't nobody
College struggling.
checking for them. They
But
basketball
historically,
schools,
Boston
bro.
College is a decent football school, though.
Yeah, just
Right,
not the
but
last,
you
not the
gave a
last
credit
5
example.
to 10 years.
Duke is a mid-tier school, bro,
Yeah,
but they got a basketball brand. So
Yup.
I'm keeping them in the conference. When I go after a school like UConn, if they independent, honestly, we've seen teams make that jump and go to a new conference and be dogs in that conference anyway.
yeah, we have.
So again, it's not unheard of. You're right. UConn ain't UConn. But if Florida State leaves, bro, Florida State
We on
gonna
the
be more.
subject of talking about
Florida State
football,
gonna be
though. That's the
Florida
thing.
State gonna be on their own. But let's
Y'all
move.
trying to
Let's
go-
move
y'all trying
on
to go in the
to.
hoops. We talking about football.
Yeah, no, we're not
We
trying to
on
go
football,
to.
nigga.
Nah, we
Yeah,
talking about the whole conference.
Look, you gotta take it to basketball because you lost the football argument. Keep it on
But it's-
football.
but
That's what we talking about. That's what we talking about is football.
But they gonna join for both though.
They
are
gonna join for both.
That,
I
bro.
understand
that bread
that.
for both.
I
That
understand
bread,
that.
that bread.
And then if anything, the perfect opportunity, bro, will be for Notre Dame to join the conference because they did during COVID. They
Yeah,
had
they
that
did.
COVID schedule. That'll make more sense theoretically because they already did it. But we
But
know they're not
no.
gonna do that shit. They the
But
gold
no.
domers. They're not doing that shit.
Notre Dame making way too much money, but I like that you talk Notre Dame because we're about to move up north, right? So with this realignment, you look at what's been going on. Realignment has been happening our entire lives, right? This ain't new, right? Penn State and joining the Big Ten in 1990. You got Nebraska joining the Big Ten in 2011, followed by Rutgers and Maryland in 2014. We got
Big East used to be a conference.
Big East used to be a great conference. We had Missouri, we had Texas A&M jump into the SEC. We had Colorado leave the Big 12 to go to the Pac-12, and now
Add
they're
into
back.
that too. Missouri Texans paying them join the conference and was in a conference title game
Yeah,
the next year. They
James
was in a
Franco was
conference
like that.
They was in a conference title game the next
Was
year.
that Michael Sam year?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
that year.
Yep.
Come on.
So realignment's not new, but we've never seen it like this before. We've never seen it at this wave.
Yeah, it's
The
not.
last 8 days, the Pac-12 has lost 6 schools. So let me say that one more time. Within the last 8 days, the Pac-12 has lost 6 schools. They're falling apart right in front of our eyes. And we talked Wednesday before Oregon and Washington decided to make that move. We wanted to hop on for y'all. We were not able to. Things did not align. But we all saw this coming, and we saw what it was going to look like. So recent news, we got Colorado, Arizona State, and Utah all leaving the Pac-12 to join the Big 12.
Four corner schools.
Yup. And then we got
Oregon.
Listen to this. Cal, Stanford, Washington State, and Oregon State still in the Pac-12.
Still in
the Pac-12.
By themselves because Oregon and Washington decided to join UCLA and USC and move to the Big Ten.
It's going to be the Rose Bowl every other Saturday.
It's the Rose Bowl every other Saturday. Where do we start, man? Where do we start?
We start here. Big Ten already had one of the best conferences from top down.
Mm-hmm.
That just really took it over the top.
Big 18, man.
That just really took it over the top. So at the end of the day, just like we said, it's the Rose Bowl every Saturday. If I'm a Nebraska fan, I'm shitty because I already didn't have no chance. If I'm Iowa, I'm really shitty because I'm not.
Yeah.
There's no way you going into a game running a power I and thinking you're going to win. That's
Iowa damn near about to put in a bid to join the GLIAC.
Come on, bro.
They about to replace Ashland.
Come on, bro. They damn near joining the GLIAC, bro. It's over, bro. So if I'm those schools who've been mid-tier, Rutgers, you just waiting on basketball season to start.
Rutgers just joined, though. That's what I'm saying, though. You can't throw Rutgers in the fire when they just joined the Big Ten.
You can definitely throw them in the fire when they mid-tier.
They was part of that 2014 wave. Yep.
Look, if I'm gonna take like Indiana, I'm shitty.
You ain't even gonna give them a dub first.
To who?
You ain't even gonna let them get 10 years in the Big Ten first, bro. They just started to get their feet wet with a couple.
Bro, they came from
10 years is next year.
They came
from exactly. Give them that 10.
They came from a Power 5 conference, bro. They came from a Power. It's not a Group of 5 team. They came from a Power 5 conference and they ain't showed shit yet.
But I'm saying you ain't give them their full bid till they got one more year. Every other school been in the Pac-12, the Pac whatever for 15 plus years and so forth.
To my point, Missouri, their first year in the SEC made it to the title game.
And what the fuck have they done lately? Absolutely
Rutgers
nothing.
got 9 years in and ain't even sniffed a title game.
That's cool.
They best win was beating us.
Has Rutgers gone 500 in the Big Ten yet in conference play?
Bro, they best win was beating Michigan State.
I don't think so.
Like, bro, again, if I'm any of them schools, I'm fucked. If I'm Nebraska, I'm taking my ass back to the Big 12. Yeah. Fuck that. I'm going back to the Big 12. Ain't no point in me staying no more. If I'm Iowa, I might as well go to the Big 12 too. Michigan State, look, we know
they bet not. They bet.
We gotta have a dog ass recruiting year for us to really take it there, because Hoopie was out. I would listen to Colin Cowherd's show, and we already know how you feel about Colin Cowherd.
Don't bring no fucking Colin Cowherd.
But he listed out the top 8 programs by win last year.
Yep.
Michigan State was like 10th. Like Michigan State was like 10th, bro. So it's like at this point.
Yes, they should, man.
So it's like we just scrapping for straws. So the Big 18 is finna get active in 2024 because all the brands coming. You got Michigan, USC, Oregon, Ohio State, Washington, Penn State, like Michigan State coming with the basket. Like you got brands coming. So it's gonna be a dog ass year, dog ass season. And I wonder if it's gonna be one of those things where since we have a bigger conference up here that we play the SEC consistently in those non-conference games because you got to compete for supremacy.
No, you don't. No. Actually, I forgot to mention this too, right? So this new wave of realignment was all popped off by the SEC. It was popped off by the machine. The machine. If you want to be real, Mike, stand here with me now. Think about this.
I'm with it.
Nick Saban in 2021.
Oh, here
he sent Steve Sarkisian to Texas, right? He said, "My son, I have taught you my ways. Go to Texas and be a bridge." 6 months later, Texas is applying for a bid to the SEC.
Yeah, man.
That's the machine, bro. And not only did Texas, not only did Texas apply for a bid to the SEC, they knocked on the big dog's door. Oklahoma, hey, what's up, bro? You trying to bring this Red River rivalry over to the SEC?
Yeah, you've been popping us. Come on with me, bro.
Y'all been popping us. Let's blow this popsicle stand. Let's go get paid. Nick Saban.
This bread.
Nick Saban started this all, bro. Because without Oklahoma and Texas going to the SEC, the Big Ten doesn't feel threatened to go out and reach for UCLA and USC. You know what I mean?
I agree.
So, I mean, I'm joking around a little bit about the Nick Saban and machine narrative, but this realignment was most certainly popped off by Texas and Oklahoma moving.
Here we push narratives.
I agree. And it's
on the right, we push narratives, and we gonna push that one.
Hey, you know what my narrative is? Mm-hmm. That is Mel Tucker fault.
Talk to me.
Talk to us, bro.
You know that's my narrative. So here's my thing. Mel Tucker, also from the Nick Saban coaching tree. Right, this shit all started at Michigan State. Mel Tucker was actually a GA when my dad was still playing.
That was his first job. That was his first coaching job.
He was a GA when my dad was playing at Michigan State. So this shit all Mel Tucker and Michigan State fault.
Who was he a GA under? Who was the head coach at that time?
Saban.
Exactly. Nick Saban started.
That's what I'm saying. Nick Saban started and it's Mel Tucker fault now.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Look, man. Mel Tucker then goes, he had some other jobs before he got the Colorado head job, but he get the Colorado head job, right? And he has a mediocre season with Colorado and then jumps to Big Ten play. And now all these other coaches are like, whoa, hold on. All these other teams are like, whoa, hold on. He was popping you at Colorado.
Yeah.
Mel Tucker now goes to Michigan State. He has a depleted Michigan State roster because Mark D'Antonio ran them boys' knees off, right?
Yeah.
So they had that sucky first year, then he bounced back, had a running back of the year, have a good season, go to a New Year's Six bowl, and then what has he done after that? Right? So now all of these other Pac-12 schools that was popping him when he was at Colorado, they like, hey, come fly out west. Let me holler at you real quick when you got to you know what I'm saying, you up on your high horse at this Big Ten school. Let me come out with you. He goes out west and gets popped by coaches that was doing the same thing to him when he was at Colorado. So now everybody else is looking at this like, hey, let's go to the Big Ten and get this money because I'm better than you.
Now, let me add on to that real quick, Caleb. Not just coaches that was in the Pac-12 popping him when he was at Colorado. Kalen DeBoer, the head coach at Washington, came from Indiana. He brought Michael Penix with him from Indiana. So the fact that he like, okay, I'm going to lead the Big Ten, go out west. Oh, let's fly a Big Ten team out here. Beat the dog shit out of them, and then we like, oh yeah, we might as well just go ahead and play over there, right? They sweet,
exactly.
And it gave them false hope. So
they picked Michigan State because at the time Michigan State had the most incomplete roster. They didn't pick on no big dog. They didn't pick on Ohio State to come out west. They didn't pick on Michigan to come out west. Michigan told Washington, hey, come to the big house. Let me show you how it's done.
Ohio State had Oregon on the schedule. They already knew they ain't getting none.
Look, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, they not picking on none of them other teams that's been at the top of the Big Ten for 10, 20 years straight. They not coming. Yeah. They not saying, Ohio State, come fly out west because I think we fucking with y'all. No, they're not doing that.
Never.
Ohio State saying, no, y'all bring your ass out east, out Midwest. We going to show you how it's done, and they do it every single time. Michigan State has not done it. Wisconsin has not done that. Iowa has not done that. The only teams that hold it down is Michigan and Ohio State when it comes to them Pac-12 teams in season, not bowl games. I'm not counting bowl games because that's the end of the season. Everybody want to play hard because everybody want to ring. Yeah, so, of course, you're going to see those lower-tier Big Ten teams fight, run the ball, run the clock out, and get a dub.
You know what I'm saying? In the Buffalo Wild Wings ball.
So this is Michigan State fault. This is Nick Saban fault. This is Mel Tucker fault. Hey, man, it still go green, go white with me, but I'm in the doghouse with them. I don't like this.
Yeah,
I don't like this at all because I don't really see a winning future with Michigan State, bro. They're gonna have to claw tooth and nail. They're gonna have to bang NIL deals out with other schools. They're gonna have to out recruit they big brother right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's just not gonna.
That's
happen.
The thing, though. Football wise, obviously it's an issue. But this shit don't change shit.
It don't.
This don't change nothing in hoop. It just add more niggas on the schedule for us to get a top seed. That shit don't matter. But
Yeah.
Football wise, the thing is where I feel like Michigan State could potentially compete. They got deep pockets in East Lansing. If they start spending that bread how they supposed to spend that bread, like it's over. It's up. But what I do predict is there's gonna be a lot more transferring in the conference. Like I think what was the quarterback? K, that was the name. K
McNamara.
Yeah, him going to Iowa, that's cool. But there's gonna be a lot of people saying, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to or Phoenix now. Phoenix going to Washington,
from Indiana to Washington.
Indiana. Now, a lot of that shit will be happening, bro, because again, you going cross country. You transfer in conference, but you're going cross country. So at this point, come on.
And you know what it's going to be, too? It's going to be somebody who was like a backup and maybe lost the starting job. Like, remember Ohio State had that battle for like 6 days between Quinn Ewers and CJ Stroud. And as soon as Quinn got smacked, he like, hey, I'm going to Texas. I'm going back home. Right? So now, if a California kid is out here and he's backing up at Ohio State, he loses the job. Where he going to go? He going to go to UCLA? He going to go to USC?
And that goes
staying in the conference.
Look, that goes to my point because we got a kid backing up Noah Kim from St. John Bosco, 4-star.
Yeah.
What's stopping him from going back to UCLA?
Dante Moore.
Yeah.
Dante Moore is stopping him. A 5-star from Detroit.
Again, there's opportunity there. Shit. If Dante Moore, but again, we don't know what could happen. That's what I predict will happen, though. That's just me.
Yep.
But besides that point, man, as we talk about this conference realignment and things like that, what would be your dream scenarios for the Pac-4? Like, how can they recover, or do they disband entirely?
Yeah, that's a good question, man. I was just gonna get to let's try to break down what these conferences are gonna look like. So let's start with the Pac-4, the baby pack.
Young 2-pack.
So the 2-pack. So
2-pack.
What we're looking at now is an eat the week type scenario, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, Big 12, like, hey, the Pac-12's weak. Let's eat on them and take everything they got. Let's pillage them, right? Pillage in the village. So now the Pac-12 gonna have to be the big dog to somebody. They're gonna have to pillage some village. What is it gonna be? The Mountain West? Is it gonna be, I wanted to say SMU, but ain't they going big? No, SMU. Are they going Big 12 or
Big
no?
12?
I got a couple.
I mean,
like, no, they're going American. I think they're going American.
American, right? So Pac-12 gonna be picking from the American, the Mountain West, schools like that, right? Like that's the only hope I see for them without completely disbanding like the old Big East.
Yeah, I mean a couple schools that I could see like if anything that might be able to elevate their chances, to get recognized a little bit more, who kind of flew under the radar. I can see, maybe a couple Texas teams joining. Maybe, like, let's see,
like Texas State.
I'm going out.
Like checking for Texas State.
That's what I'm saying. Like
my thing went out. My bad. But I'm just thinking like some smaller end, like some lower end Texas schools. But another school that flew under the radar, Tulane. You know what I'm saying? Tulane pop USC. Hey, they pop USC in that bowl game. They like, okay, yeah, let's go out to Pac-12 to Pac-4. You know what I'm saying? I can see like a Tulane.
Yeah, the 4-pack.
Hey, you know what? Okay. I even throw. Hey, it's kind of far out, but because half of the Pac-12 was slid out Midwest, why not go and grab a recent school that showed that they got hurt? James Madison. You know what I'm saying? Why not stay over there out west and grab a Fresno State that's been banging at the door? You know what I'm saying?
You might have did some shit with that. You might have did
San Diego State.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Something with that.
Hey, why not go to a school that's been pushing out QBs to the league like crazy these last couple of years with Western Kentucky? You know what I'm saying? Like
the Hilltop.
Why not take out a school that's kind of been banging? They kind of been banging out there, but like they really known as like a basketball school, but they could really put up some points if they really want to, like a Wake Forest. You know what I'm saying?
Wake in the ACC though.
You know what I'm saying? Let's realign it like that. I would like to see something like that, man. Let's go grab a Memphis, a good basketball school, and sometimes they can be a good football school. You know what I'm saying? Let's
I can see the vision. Division is seen. My take on it is if I'm the Pac-12, from here on out, you still a Power 5 conference. So you still have that power. Theoretically,
I don't think there is no Power 5 anymore.
Theoretically, you still until they tell you otherwise. You still a Power 5 conference until they tell you otherwise.
What power do you have with 4 members?
Sorry,
no, but
sorry.
Go ahead.
So if you the Pac-4, bro, and I'm looking at just like Caleb said to that point. I'm looking at big brands. Who has a big brand? And I'm looking at all sports, bro. I'm looking at all sports.
Yep.
Let's go to a San Diego State. San Diego State is a dog-ass hoop school. Put them in there. Football, decent. Football, they got history. They had Marshall Faulk. They have history. San Diego State. UNLV, Las Vegas, sports teams, pro sports teams. Let's get to Vegas.
I would say Nevada before UNLV, though.
I wouldn't do that.
I'd say Nevada before UNLV.
Grab
Nevada
both.
hasn't. Grab both. Okay, at this point, grab both. Grab both. Okay. Can't do shit. Right. Grab both. Boise, Idaho. Obviously, Boise State brand. Biggest brands in college ball. Grab Boise State. Mm-hmm. Other than that, I'll grab a team like Hawaii. Why wouldn't you grab Hawaii? It's the only state school there in the state. Grab Hawaii. What can't you miss? Now, Caleb made a great point with James Madison. The thing is, I would see James Madison going to a place like the ACC. If that's the case,
but why not go to a?
You're right. I'm not
saying it's Pac-4. Like,
I know, bro. It makes sense. But I wouldn't see them. But besides that point, just like you saying about pillaging the American Conference.
Yep.
Why not get the UCF?
Big 12 beat them to it.
They did beat them. They did. Yeah, because they is in the Big 12 now. But again, at the end of the day, if we're going to pillage the American Conference, who's the top team in the American Conference now? Just like you
Cincinnati.
said.
What about a UTSA, right?
A UTSA, bro. Yep, UTSA they've been
great years.
That's
great
what
years
I was
the past couple years.
I couldn't think
so it's
like
again, the Pac-4 can sustain themselves. The only question is the product they put on the field. The product they put on the field is going to be what sustains them. If they consistently win, you're going to bring eyes over there to the TV. If you don't consistently win, you're going to be at the crib. You're going to have to disband. But if I'm going immediate, I'm reaching out to Hawaii because ain't nobody checking for Hawaii. I'm reaching out to San Diego State because they just tried to hop in the conference anyway 3 weeks ago.
Well,
I'm getting a Fresno. I'm getting a UNLV. I'm getting a Boise, Idaho. I'm getting a San Jose State just cuz.
Facts.
Just cuz at this point.
Touch the ball, bro.
Y'all over here, bro. Fuck it. Washington State, you already there. Oregon State. Who else can we pull up? We can pull up anybody. Wyoming. Fuck it. Wyoming. Like, come on. I'm just doing shit. Like, if I'm them, I'm scrambling to get anybody at this point because half of them teams anyway, half of them teams anyway are playing on stadium. Like the streaming service stadium.
Yeah.
Nobody watching them games, bro.
Right.
So at this point, our TV deal bigger than y'all shit. Just come to our shit.
Yeah.
I know it's Apple, but it ain't stadium.
This is the thing, though.
Everybody got Apple.
I don't even think that deal is still standing, right? Because that deal was for
accept that shit.
That's for Arizona.
I think
it was for the existing members in that conference.
Yeah.
Now that those members are not in that conference, they're gonna have to come up with a new deal from scratch. And you can't come to the table with a new deal until you have
YouTube TV
filled out the conference. And that's what I'm saying. Like the Pac-12 is in a scenario where they just have to really just accrue as much capital, so to speak, as possible with these name brand schools, as y'all was just saying. Like there's nothing else they can do. It's either fold or you got to be the big dog and just grab as many schools as you can right now.
Tampa Bay money line.
Okay.
The game started 3 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, well, look, so Fox had put this out a little bit ago. They said, like, after all of this news arrays, they had the most dominant college football and college basketball programs over the last 10 years. So you got number 1, Ohio State. This is the last 10 years. I'm just going 1 through 10. Number 1 was Ohio State. Number 2, surprisingly, Oregon. Number 3, Alabama. Number 4, Michigan State. Number 5, Michigan. Number 6, San Diego State. Number 7, Wisconsin. 8, Oklahoma. 9, Kentucky. And 10, Cincinnati.
Wow. It's interesting.
That's college football and college basketball.
Yep.
I think they combined in the two, like overall, over the last 10 years.
That's
so
you know
what I mean. Yeah, like it doesn't surprise me that San Diego State is on there, right? But football wise, it does. But they've been hooping. So
yeah,
it's actually getting there.
So last thing I would want to say real quick before we move off realignment, let's talk about what the Big Ten is going to look like. So we got 18 schools in the Big Ten now, right? You add the 14, and then you add the LA schools, UCLA, USC, and then you add Oregon, Washington. So do they split it right down the middle and have two 9-team divisions within the conference?
I think they should.
I seen something on Twitter today where they had 3 pods and they switched it into it was like the Central, the East, and the West. And there was 6 schools in each pod. And that was an interesting idea to me. I don't know how the conference championship.
How would that? Yeah, I was gonna say, how would that work with the conference championship? It got to be
probably
just
pick the top 2 teams. Well, you'll have to make sure that everybody has a crossover game.
Well, you can get multiple crossover games if you only got 5 other people in your division.
If you play a crossover game and you got to be the top dog in your pod, you got to make sure that you win those crossover games and you win the head-to-head games too. So at that point, you can't even have an out-of-conference schedule because you got to just tell everybody else.
Peep this, though. All right. Big Ten's at 18. How about we add 20? We add Notre Dame, and we invite, let's say, we invite Cal out here. Come on, Cal. Great academic school.
Niggas ain't checking with Cal no more.
Cal
niggas
Berkeley.
ain't checking with Cal. Come on,
bro.
You could have said Oregon State. You could have said Stanford, nigga.
Let's get Kentucky out the
Stanford.
SEC.
Come on, Stanford. All right, Stanford.
Let's take some smart niggas out of Stanford.
Stanford's even better because
Stanford
actually has some Big Ten ties with us. We play Stanford a lot academically. Stanford and Michigan, they locked in. So say we add Stanford and Notre Dame. Now we got 4 divisions of 5. You play interdivision, and then you can play 2-3 games in other divisions, and then you get some out of conference games. So UCLA or Oregon can still play Oregon State. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking might be the best scenario. Get 20 teams and break it down into 4 groups.
I'm doing the conference playoff tournament. Shit. Ain't no one of us playing the out of conference. Look, I'm doing this shit like a PSL. I'm doing this shit just like the public school league out there in Detroit.
Literally.
We playing a motherfucking in-season conference tournament with 20 teams.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Because our conference is that strong and we know that we going to beat all y'all asses. Because when that 12-team playoff happen, we going to have at least 6 teams in there. So we might as well play each other. Fuck it.
I know we'll have 4 for sure. SEC will have 4, most likely. That'll be 8. And then 4
SEC
for the.
Don't have 2.
2 for the ACC and 2 for the Big 12.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, the Big 12 still got a whole way. Baylor going.
Utah gonna be the only team that come out of there.
Utah, Baylor. Ooh, bro, I can't wait to see a good Utah versus a Baylor matchup on a Saturday night, bro. Just something we ain't seen before. It's just gonna seem like bowl season every weekend. But this is not till 2024. We got some time.
We got some time. It'll be all right. But that's gonna be a dog ass year of change.
Yeah.
New playoff format, all these conferences. If Bronny stay an extra year, I get a chance to catch him in East Lansing.
Bronny staying for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
We're gonna see Bronny for sure.
I get a chance to catch him in East Lansing. That'd be good. I'll be happy at that point. I'll be straight. Dante Moore potentially get a chance to come home and play at Michigan.
Yep.
That'll be a nice storyline to see. So I think it'll be straight.
Drop him on his neck.
Cause just like you, that shit funny as hell.
Twin, treacherous little twin. I think that's all I had on realignment, man. I think we can go ahead and keep this thing rolling. We just wanted to hop on, and catch y'all up to speed. And we know y'all think about realignment just as much as everybody else in the world. So we wanted to catch y'all up to it. Don't forget to like the stream right now. Go ahead, subscribe if you ain't subscribed yet. We kicking more content your way coming soon.
Coming real soon.
But for now, again,
honestly, man, comment on the stream and tell us what y'all dream real.
Yeah, talk to us about the SEC.
What dream realignment looks like? What teams would y'all put in there? In which conference? Would y'all create your own conference? My position again to sign us out. I would love for at this point the Big 10, Pac-12 just merge. Fuck it, just merge. Just merge, bro. Fuck it. But again, that's me. If I was the commissioner, they'd be playing on the 111 show every weekend.
Right, on the 111.
We'd be on YouTube every weekend. You make good buku bucks.
I'll call a game.
I'll definitely call a game.
I'll be up there like what's my dog name that worked for Fox? I can't think of his name right now.
I'm about to say Rick Berkey.
No, I'm thinking of
Rick Berkey. You thinking
I can't think of his
Gus
name.
Johnson.
Gus Johnson, nigga.
My boy Gus. He from Detroit too.
David Ajabo. Hey, so one thing I did want to do, I'm gonna change it up on you, Mike. We're going on the fly. So tell me, what are your top 5 matchups that you want to see in conference based on these new realigned conferences going into 2024? I'll pop it off while I give y'all a chance to think about it. I'm probably most excited to see Michigan. I want to see USC come to Michigan. I want to see that game in the big house. Just those colors, that rivalry is going to remind you of Charles Woodson being out there winning the Rose Bowl in 1997. I think that's going to be my number 1 matchup I want to see. Number 2, I'll probably go. Real talk, it's like a UCLA coming to East Lansing, bro.
I'm telling you, bro.
Chip Kelly coming to East Lansing, Spartan Stadium at noon. What's up? Y'all got some sleep? At noon, nigga. Yes, that's what I want to see.
2 o'clock kickoff type
Raw,
situation.
dirty, hard body.
Man.
UCLA might get beat by 30 just off the shock factor of being in Spartan Stadium. Go ahead, Mike. Give me one.
Honestly, I'm thinking an old rivalry restored. BYU and Utah, the Holy War.
Ooh,
BYU, Utah, Holy War every year consistently. BYU the past couple years has been a consistent top 15 team, and Utah has been winning the Pac-12. So again, that could be a game that decides the conference, and it's already history behind it. Rivalry renewed. Let's check that out. Also, besides that, I would love to see, because Texas, they got Arch.
I got a Texas game on mine too. Yep. Go ahead.
Look, I would love to see Texas, Alabama, Texas, Tennessee. Both games, I'm like, okay, I got them circled on my calendar. There's gonna be some good things to see. So those are a couple games I'm checking out.
Missing one. Mine.
Go ahead.
Texas, Arkansas, Texarkana, man.
Texarkana.
Yes, sir. That's gonna be a good one, bro.
Organic fatherhood, man.
You just missed it again, CeeLo. You went Texarkana. I'm going Texas TAMU.
Man, Texas
TAMU, bro.
Yeah, Texas
TAMU. That's it right there. Can't wait to see that again.
Can't wait to see him again.
What else y'all got for me? Oh, we got to have Ohio State versus Oregon schools.
You got Ohio State versus Oregon going to be consistent.
Ohio State, Oregon.
Because they've been having that series, but now that it's coming, look, this shit.
We've seen it so many times, bro. Yeah,
but look. So you know it's gonna be a lot of points scored. That's all you know.
Yeah, you're right. That's
a lot of points scored. So you got that one. Shit. What else? You got Penn State, Washington. Battle of like mid-tier kind of schools is
Penn State, USC, bro. Fire.
USC gonna be nice.
Whiteout. USC flying out to a whiteout.
With a whiteout. I don't know.
USC flying out to Happy Valley for a whiteout.
Speaking of, we didn't even talk about the atmospheres that these new Pac-12 teams gonna be playing in.
Yeah.
Again, if you a team like Oregon, you playing at Penn State at night of a whiteout game, what is that doing to your morale, my nigga? You think it's time zones, bro.
Yeah.
Imagine you a team like Penn State, you got to play at 9 a.m. in the Pac-12 because everybody else, because we over here at noon.
Right.
Again, this is gonna be wild as hell. So it's gonna be some good shit to see. I can't wait to see it all. But another school, another matchup I'm thinking about, man. I'm thinking Utah gonna be looking real good, but
yeah,
how does Colorado hold up now that they tried to leave? Now they got to play everybody again.
Yeah,
what they should look like. I'm looking for their whole schedule because they ran, but now they right back to where they started at.
Well, a real game that I'm excited to see this year that we actually do get to see right now will be Colorado, Nebraska.
Yeah,
I think they play within the first couple weeks of the season.
Mm-hmm. Like I think the first 2 or 3.
First 2 or 3. I know they play in TCU early.
First. They play TCU first.
Yep, and then they're playing Nebraska. Nebraska might 30 ball them boys.
Matt Rule coming
Matt
from
Rule
next,
might
bro.
30 ball them boys, bro. It's gonna be crazy.
Man, it's gonna be some shit. It's gonna be a fun 2024. Gonna be a fun college ball season all around from start to finish. Because again, conference championship's gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
Playoffs gonna be even more crazy. Then you got conference realignment, TV deals. At this point, I'm glued to my couch. So it's gonna be a good time. You probably gonna see a lot more Thursday night games, Friday night.
Oh, they're gonna have to.
Because you gotta spread. Everybody gonna have it again with these new deals. Everybody need their time to shine.
Yep.
You're gonna see a lot more shit. It's gonna be.
Last one I'm gonna throw out there real quick. That takes me back to my childhood. Florida versus Texas at the Swamp. That's gonna be insane to see, bro. That's gonna be fire. You got another one?
I agree. I didn't even think about that one.
Yeah, because Florida's down right now. Everybody
Definitely off Florida. LSU, Texas.
LSU,
Oklahoma. Come on, man.
Yeah. Oklahoma, Georgia rematch.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma ain't ready for that.
Though. They ain't ready for that shit. They ain't ready for that shit.
It's gonna take them a minute. They definitely ain't ready for that.
Look, Michael Penis, still extra year, man. Come back to Indiana.
Come on.
He not doing
revenge
that.
game.
Any more narratives?
Any more narratives?
Any more narratives to push before we hop off? We done reached our time limit.
Man, look, we done did what we came to do. Y'all got the Hershey Pod, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to get all the exclusive updates because these updates coming fast and hot. This is a last minute type deal. If you got to hear it first, you heard it here first. If you didn't, you got to catch the replay.
All I know is that these current Big Ten teams probably gonna run through these new Pac-12 boys because they don't got the same churches that the Big Ten do.
You the guru. You the guru, man.
They don't got the same trenches that the Big Ten do. Absolutely not.
They ain't going from Detroit.
Big Ten for the lean on the real Big Ten for the lean on these.
Battle with the GDs and the Crips and Blood. It's gonna be dope.
They got these city boys out here coming out here trying to battle with these farmers in the trenches. It's not going, bro.
What?
It's like
USC.
We throw them Wisconsin old linemen out there on some Cali boys. Come on,
man. Look, you got USC playing at Northwestern in the middle of Chicago at 10 o'clock at night. See if they come home with all their stuff. See if they leave untouched. See if they leave
with that NIL deal. They must all go to Chicago and leave without their NIL deal.
Come on, man. It's up there. Come on, it's up there.
All right, fellas. Well, we're going to call it at that. Thank you all for joining the stream, hanging out with us for a little bit on this Saturday afternoon. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, review, all that. We on Apple Podcasts. We on Spotify. We, of course, here on YouTube. Appreciate y'all.
GD Network, man.
See you on Monday.
Monday.
You're
nice.